Yeah, today they are dealing with some potentially record-setting flooding. As Todd said, probably did set the record there. That's where we find Keith Carson. Hi, Keith.
Hi guys, and I'm interested to hear Todd figure out the data on that. I'll tell you that I just talked to a fisherman who's 83 years old, and he believes this is the highest water he's seen. That's a good record sometimes when we get the data sussed out. Here we are. What time is it? We've got another 20 minutes or so to high tide, so there will be additional rising of the water from here. Obviously, this is a spot that is prone to flooding, but even still, it's above and beyond anything that they've seen before, and that's what everybody here on this pier has been telling me. We had a couple guys go by in a canoe earlier today, and some of these are raised up. You've got a little bit of buffer between where the water level is on the pier and the actual buildings themselves. It's not necessarily the case with all of these buildings though, and we're going to quickly take you inside. Watch the step there, Aaron. You're going to take a quick look inside. We were visiting with my friends at the porthole a minute ago. They just started taking on water inside the building there, so we're going to just take a quick look in here and show you what's going on. But again, we're on a bit of an elevated pier here. This is all water several feet down to the street. You can see the bubbles actually coming up from the sewer, which is a reminder that this water is not something you necessarily want to walk into all that much here. Gentlemen, we're going to take a look inside the porthole if we don't mind here, just see what we got going on for water inundation here. So they've got a kind of a lower level if you've ever been in here, and that's where we're starting to put water into the building. And if you hear an echo, it's because they're faithful Channel 6 watchers, so we're watching it here. Oh, you don't want to film back here? Okay, well, we're on right now, so we won't do it. But we've got a little water. We got a little water coming through right there into the lower part of it. We'll check this other side deck where we talked before about how the water was going to come up, and here it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Right here, starting to come up a little bit up through the slats here. Thank you. Appreciate you. So we're into it here. Just the tilt of the deck and the pier is the difference between the water that's coming in down there and the parts that aren't. But watch the ripple with the waves coming through the slats here in the dock. So we still got, again, another 20 minutes or so of water rise. And what's interesting about this, guys, if you think about it, is right now the wind is pretty flat. So we're not doing a ton of this with water shove, with waves being pushed on shore, right? This is, yes, there's storm surge, as Todd talked about, certainly, but a lot of this is just pure tide and just enough storm surge to take us over the top here, which is kind of, when you look forward into events like this, what maybe makes it more concerning is that this is not a particularly huge storm here, and this is what we're looking at as far as flooding damage in Portland along the waterfront. So, guys, we'll send it back to you again in another 20 minutes or so of rising yet to do. The winds have flattened out, and the rain has mostly stopped. Hopefully that's something that can help us as this reaches its crest, which looks like it's going to be a record one.
Thanks. Yeah, Keith Carson in Portland for us. Thank you, Keith.